Video number 2. What documents do I need to submit with my application? This presentation provides you with the details of what documents you need to make a Tier 4 application overseas. For Tier 4 applications made overseas, there are 2 application forms you must complete. The first is the VAF9 application, which asks for your personal details, and the PBS Appendix 8, which is specific to Tier 4 applications. This asks you for details of your course, including your CAS number. You should check the Home Office website to see whether you are required to have a chest X-ray confirming that you do not have tuberculosis. If you are required to have this, the Home Office website will provide details of how to arrange to get this test done. You will need to submit evidence of the outcome of your test with your application. You must include the appropriate fee, and you must have a valid Confirmation of Acceptance for Studies, or CAS. Video number 3 provides information on how you obtain your CAS. You must include your passport and any passports that you have used to travel to and stay in the UK. If you have been issued with a Biometric Residence Permit, or BRP, you should include this with your application. You will only have one of these if you have previously applied for a visa in the UK. You must also include 2 passport-size photos, and these must meet the Home Office requirements. They are strict about the requirements for these photos, so please refer to the photo guidance that is available to download from the Home Office website for full details. You must also include a police registration certificate if you have one. You will only have one of these if you have stayed in the UK before. You must include an ATAS certificate if this is a requirement of your course. Your CAS will state whether you are required to hold an ATAS certificate. Please refer to the video on ATAS for details of how to obtain this. You must include original certificates or transcripts of any qualifications that are stated on your CAS. Please ensure that if you are required to show evidence of an English language qualification, that this is still valid at the time of making your application. You must include appropriate evidence of maintenance funds if you are not a nationality on the Home Office's list of low-risk nationals. The Home Office are very strict about the format of any bank statement or letter you provide. You should read the policy guidance very carefully to ensure your evidence meets these requirements. If you are receiving an official financial sponsorship, you should include details of this sponsorship or consent to complete your studies if this is applicable to you. It is possible to use a parent or guardian's financial evidence instead of your own to support your application. If you choose to make use of this option, you will need to provide some additional documents. These are your birth certificate that confirms the relationship between you and your parent or guardian, a letter from your parent or guardian confirming the relationship between you and that they give consent to you using the money for your studies in the UK. If you are using an overseas bank account, you will also need to provide a printout of the currency conversion from the oanda.com website for the closing balance date. It is less complicated to use your own UK bank account as evidence of funds if you have one, as the format of statements provided by UK banks more often meets the Home Office's requirements. It is important that the evidence you provide confirms that you have held the required amount in your account for a consecutive 28-day period. The most common reason for visa refusals is because the financial evidence provided does not meet the Home Office's requirements, so do be careful when preparing your application. The Home Office state in their Tier 4 policy guidance that all documents submitted in support of an application must be original. They must also be written in English or Welsh. If they are not in English or Welsh, then it is necessary for you to obtain an official translation. You are advised to read the Tier 4 policy guidance extremely carefully to ensure all your documents meet the Home Office's requirements. Failure to provide information in the required format may result in your application being refused.